This video is sponsored by Imperial Gaming and Collectibles.
I'ma show you how to get paper, boy. Show you how to get to that shit, stack it up real high, real high. See the hate in your eye, but I can't tell just what you hating for. See you over there hating, but I don't really know what you hating for, bro. Never really pay attention to what they doing, I just ignore. I don't even really pay attention, I'm Stevie Wonder to all that shit. Stop no talking, let your progression, they calling up.
What's up, Paper Gang? My name is Paper Yugioh, and welcome back to another deck profile video on the channel. Who are you, and what are you here to do?
My name is Brian, and I'm here to hand out the... I played Phantom Knights for the Goofy Gauntlet. It was my first IRL tournament in nearly a year. Glad to be back, but let's get started. 3 Torn Scales, great starter, also an extender from the grave. Can't play PK without it. 3 Cloak, playing 60 cards, so you might want to just play just to open a name, especially if you open cards like Boots. Very good. 3 Boots. Self-explanatory, specials from the hand, searches you your Fog Blade or any trap just to get you going. Gotta play 3. Play 1 Ragged Gloves and 1 Stained Greaves. Pretty good extenders. Also, this sends you the Wing to Grave, just a special back from the grave. It's pretty strong. Then for my second set of starters, I got the Predaplant Ortho Scorpio and the 1 Darling Cobra. Opening this is pretty cool because you search your Fusion Destiny, and then you go to your Cherubini, and then you just go full combo from there. Next, we got the Tour Guide package, 3 Tour Guide, and then the 1 Graph and the 1 Seer.
So you like the ratios with the 6 normal summons, basically?
It's pretty good, because either way, if you see any of these cards as full combo, like if you open Predaplant with Torn Scales, it's really busted, because then Torn Scales can just trigger Engrave when you banish a Cloak to start the PK part of the combo. So it's pretty disgusting if you open Tour Guide, and even if you have a BA in hand, it's still specials. Cherubini becomes much more expendable to send other cards like Torn Scales or Cloak to start that part of the combo. Well, since it is 60, we do play the 3 E-Telly, but for the targets, we do have the 1 Tracker and the 1 Wielder. It's pretty good, especially even if you open one, it's not so bad because we do play 3 Ogre in the deck for the E-Telly. Then for dangers, we play just the 1 Jackalope and 1 Tsuchinoko. Even with Nessie at 3, I didn't think it was necessary because it could miss timing with cards like Ortho Scorpio combo.
Yeah, you just play those because they're 3s, right?
Yep. Fairy Tale Snow, 60 cards, free Book of Moon, not once per turn. How can you resist?
Who?
And then for the DPE Scythe package, we do play the 1 Celestial. I do have Dasher coming, but in the meantime, I had to use Malicious just to fulfill the level 6 part of the combo. And then the Scythe for the Dagda plays, it's pretty broken. That card needs to be banned.
Did the Scythe play come up a lot in the tournament?
Oh man, every time I did that game 1, they scooped. For hand traps, we played 2 Veiler. Contemplated playing 3, but 2 was perfectly fine because we just wanted to do all the level 3 hand traps. 3 Ash, very generic, stops the simple stuff. 3 Bell, DPE is a card. There's a lot of recursive effects in the game right now. It's pretty strong. Mostly I use this against DPE, which is pretty strong. I think I hit 1 Sword Soul player with it once, but it just really didn't do much after that. This was the MVP. I did not lose to Sword Soul at all because of this card.
That card is the GOAT of the format right now.
Right now it is. And because of E-Telly being at 3, it's much more expendable because you could just summon it on the opponent's turn and they're kind of like forced to like be careful of what they do on field. And then the boss monster of the hand traps, 3 nibs. We just drop rocks out here and call it a day.
Dwayne Johnson.
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
For spells, we do the 3 1-ofs called by, Foolish Burial, Rhoda, self-explanatory, this just says no. And then we match this up with 2 crossouts. I currently don't have a 3rd at the moment, so we only played 2 for the gauntlet. I did pick up a 3rd recently, so we're gonna be fine. 2 Fusion Destinies. Like I said, you can search one with the Predaplant and then bait it out with the Verte, and then if they negate the Verte, then you just drop the one from hand and just call it a day.
Oh, that's broken, bro.
It's pretty sick. That's why I play Predaplant combo a little bit. And I don't have broke man problems. That's fine though. 3 E-Telly. Pretty broken, not once per turn. How can you resist a combo extender?
What do you think? Is that card going to go back to 1, or is it going to...
I think after a few formats, they're going to probably clap that back to 1.
Yeah,
that card is too
broken.
strong. But Quick Launch is still at 3. Keep that in mind.
Good point.
3 Droplet, can't win the game without it. It's so good. It's literally, I went against the ABC Brave player. His end board was DPE, ABC Buster, and the Griffin. I opened literally all 3 Droplets and double Tour Guide.
ABC, DPE, this man was playing the whole alphabet, bro.
Yes, he was, and he still lost because Droplet just says no. So I literally went Droplet, pitched my other 2 copies and my second Tour Guide, and then proceeded to full combo him.
Broken.
He had no hand. And then for the trap lineup, we play the 1 Wings, basically Monster Reborn from the grave. 1 Shade, can activate at the same turn you set it as long as you don't have Trap in the grave. And 3 Fog Blades. Basically on-field negates and 3 Monster Reborns from the grave.
Yeah, that card Bring Back Rusty is too good.
Bring back any PK at that point. And then if you have a Torn Scales and you bring back something else, it triggers Torn Scales to come back. So it literally can be a +2 at that point.
Big facts.
Konami, do your job. Get rid of it.
It's not even a problem.
By the way, these field centers are cracked
A
out.
shout out to AkemiTCG. He made all of these for me.
Hell yeah, that's my boy right there.
For the extra deck, we play the 1 Link Spider for the Shade, or if I get nibbed and it still doesn't matter, I still get full combo.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Cherubini, the most broken Link 2 in the game, not named Verte or Dagda. Then we play the 2 most broken Link 2s in the game, Verte and Dagda. Very strong. Cyflock is very good right now. If you don't play Cyflock, I don't know what you're doing.
PSA, never Valor Dagda. I did that on stream in my feature match, and yeah, DB Grinder really roasted me for that.
The 1 Dark, I revived like 3 DPEs on people. With this. I was just like, that's a nice DPE you got there. I'll just take that.
It would be a shame if...
And then I had my own DPE come back.
Double deeps.
And there was actually one situation where I had his DPE, my DPE. I had nibbed him the previous turn, so I had my nib currently on field, and then I drew nib with a Dasher Engrave, and then I had that on field. It was just...
That's too much damage, bro.
So much damage. 1 Rusty, you only need it. It's very recursive, especially if you get it, if it gets sent to the grave by battle or card effect. You could just bring it back with Fog Blade or Wing at that matter. It's still very good. Foolish Burials, sets a trap for free. Can't complain. 1 Unicorn, very good. Helps you get into your next card, which is access code, which it says game over. You get this out, it's over.
It's a win button.
Appaloosa for going first. Very few times have I made this. Normally it only comes up with 3 negates, but it's not bad. It's very strong when you... I only make this when I completely open busted and I literally have no interaction with my opponent whatsoever.
I was going to say, because having that with DPE is pretty much a, you know...
Yeah, having this in DPE, they normally scoop it up. If I make this, I normally don't make Scythe Lock because I've either hard opened the Scythe and it's just like, it's really over at that point.
It's over.
Oh, yeah. For XYZs, we got the 1 Levier. Brings back any level 4 from anybody's banished pile. That's pretty disgusting. But we're normally just bringing back the Cloak to use the effect on field to give Rusty the boost and switch it to defense. And then this just turns into Dagda or Verte, depending on what's next. We play Double Break Sword. Very broken. Just pops a card on the field and it brings back 2 extenders. Go into any dark plays, basically go into your Unicorn and access code at that point and just win the game. Then we play the 1 Downer, and you know what this leads to, the 1 Zeus. You attack with one of these if you don't use the first effect on field, and you just overlay, and just, there you go. And then for the best card and the last card in the extra deck, DPE. This card's just game. This card just wins.
The GOAT.
Now, against Dragoon, I didn't have to have that problem like some people do, but I was very lucky to not come across Dragoon. This card did win me a lot of games, and I used a lot of other people's DPs just because of Dark alone.
Nah, it's definitely like one of the most defining cards of the format. So it's, you know,
and
obviously
still can't beat Dragoon.
Yep.
Still can't beat Dragoon.
It can't. It literally can't.
For the side, we went with the GAMR package. It was very good going second, more so because they would just like try to Ash or stop something. Like if I had to hard draw the Fusion Destiny, I'll just chain this in the response. And it was pretty good. Most of the time, I didn't have to really use this too much. Like, I would always go first a lot. I would always win a lot of die rolls. Then we have 3 Lantia. It's pretty strong, especially when you have the Dagda Scythe loop going, because then you can just start looping them around. Just set the Scythe when you trigger, you can set the Lancia once you trigger the Scythe from Dagda, and it's just pretty broken at that point. Pretty much stops everything. Stops Sword Soul, stops PK, stops any deck that banishes, stops Prosperity if you shotgun it in the standby phase. It's really strong right now. Against Eldritch is strong. It's a lot of banishing going on right now. Next, we have 3 Phantasme. My theory is everybody link summons. Everybody's on this Hulk combo, Auroradon combo. Everybody's playing a PK deck, some type of Brave deck. Everybody's link summoning. Everybody's making Verte. There's no reason you can't play this card right now. It's some situations where you just don't need it, but like everybody link summons, and you sometimes catch them with 2 to 3 link monsters on the field. It's pretty strong.
Do you usually use it for the draw effect, or does the non-targeting effect come up a lot?
Honestly, the drawing to fix a hand's not bad. There's been a few times where I had to fix my hand, but it's not so bad, honestly. It's also targeting protection, and you want to kind of pitch cards in this deck. You want to pitch your PK cards, especially like the boots, the cloak, even the Torn Scales if you're already normal summoned, so it's not so bad. Next for back row, because I just hate it so much, 3 twin, the 1 duster, and the 1 reboot.
Oh, my man said I'm not losing to back row today.
We are not losing to skill drain, and that was not the case. So we are good. With the help from Conrad, he definitely helped me build a list, and then from there I just kind of made my own edits to my own play style, and then just went from there. Like side deck recommendations, Brad helped me there a little bit my last time I was here, so that was really good of these guys. Like with some practice from a lot of you guys, everybody helped me get back in like game shape. If I want to just thank everyone who's helped me build this deck in short time. Everyone that's been here to help me.
That is nothing to scoff at. And again, this is Brian, and he is pretty much the deck innovator. He's my boy who I'm coming to all the time for the deck profiles. He's always got the heat. Be sure to check him out again and again and again on the channel. He will be back. And again, shout out AkemiTCG. Go check out AkemiTCG if you want to get the coolest field centers out there, and his turnaround time is incredibly fast. Such a talented Yu-Gi tuber and a great duelist as well. Again, Brian, thanks so much for being on the channel. I do appreciate you. And the boy Ron, you know I had to shout out WassayTV. Go check him out on YouTube as well. He does pretty much a podcast style channel where he talks sports or any old thing that's on his mind.
Yugioh will be on there too. So.
Hey, you know it. And again, this is PriscoTCG, and as always, stay getting that paper, and I'll see you in the next video.
Paper boy. Show you how to get to that shit, stack it up real high, real high. See the hate in your eye, but I can't tell just what you hating for. See you over there hating, but I don't really know what you hating.